BRUCAST is back, baby.
Consciousness and identity. So my question to you, Jimmy, would be, how do you define that? And is bETERNAL trying to carry on your consciousness or your identity forward?
Well, I think everybody has their individualness and identity. And to me, it would be really helpful and beneficial to know why I think the way that I think, because a lot of it's influenced on the people that came before me. So it is determined on certain factors. But at the same time, I do know a lot of people who like to carry on family traditions. They have certain ideological ways that they think, whether it be in religion or anything like that, that they wish to pass down. Whether their kids accept it or not, or your family accept it or your friends, that's fine. But I defined a level of consciousness as you're really aware of your certain surroundings. To me, if I'm conscious about what I'm doing right now, then I should be able to keep going. I mean, I don't. It's a really complicated question, just to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the term like consciousness is, as far as I understand, is not completely defined. Because if you look at plants, for example, they communicate between themselves through the roots. Do they have consciousness? We don't know. And the fact that today we have people like you thinking about preserving your consciousness or your identity, we don't know, digitally for future generations, like I think this raises a lot of additional questions, like when does a robot start to... Okay, I watch a lot of Black Mirror, by the way. I don't know if you're familiar with the show, but they tackle this question as well, right? I think in one of the episodes they upload the consciousness of a little girl into a robot, and the robot thinks she is the little girl. So what do you think about those things?
Well, AI can be a scary subject, and it can be a scary subject to a lot of people because it's only as good as the input that's allowed to be inputted into it. So, one thing about bETERNAL when it comes to a certain point is I would hope that the people would allow their consciousness or their memories to be uploaded to the web or to an AI program combined whole, and that would help artificial intelligence. Because right now, I think, in my opinion, of artificial intelligence, is it's only as good as yes. If you think that the color of my shirt is blue, but I'm colorblind, so I think it's brown or whatever dark color it might be. You're right, I'm wrong. So you tell your friend, well, the color's blue. Well, that's 2 against 1. If that gets entered into artificial AI, then you're right, no matter what. So whoever answers yes the most times will win in artificial intelligence. That doesn't make the answer right. And that's the scariest thing about it. Google, if you Google search something, it'll pull up on the thing the most searched and the most, well, it could even be the most paid aspect of how that person got there. If you do a little bit research, you might find the answer on page 3. But with AI, it's going to go to the one with the most clicks. It doesn't know if those clicks are bots, people paying to be there, or anything else. So it can manipulate your ideas because it only has really one big input, and that's itself and the other computers that are contributing to it.
Yeah. Everything that the AI spits out originally was something that someone fed into the AI. So it's not like it's magical or has free will. Whoever trains the AI will produce, like, will result in certain results. So that's something that I learned yesterday, actually. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was certain, Jimmy, that AI was kind of magic and it scanned the whole internet for answers. But no, like, there's like huge amounts of data centers, like ChatGPT, for example. They have so many data centers just storing all the information, like the encyclopedias and books that people at some point fed into the system, and I had no idea about it.
Well, and it's like I said, the one thing that's kind of scary about the whole thing, and that's why I think bETERNAL would be really important, is because I'm going to get my life story added to that factor. You're going to add your life story and experiences into that factor. We might not both agree that that right turn before you go to your grandma's house is the right way to get there. It gives you an option. It makes AI actually do its job and really think about things because it's coming from a different perspective. And the more perspectives that it has to go based off of experience, the better it'll work in reality.
While you're talking, I just had this thought, like, what are books? Books are nothing more that ideas that people had in the past, and they noted down, like science books, stuff like that. Imagine how cool it would be in a few years from now to have, like, you mentioned the hologram. We could have the person itself telling their ideas to you, and you could question the person and interact with the person. Like, I don't want to say books will be obsolete, but I kind of feel we're going more and more in this direction. And if you look nowadays, how many kids nowadays actually read books? Not a lot. Most of them are on YouTube. If they need to learn something, where do they go? They turn to the technology.
Well, and that's 100% true. Books these days are more of a novelty than anything. It's like, look at this book I got. And some people are like, wow. But, to that same thing, the one thing, and YouTube is a fantastic source for information. But just like I've said before, I've gone through 1,000 videos to find the right answer. So my experience with that would save, say, my child a lot of headache if he was like, okay, I want to change this on this. How do I do it? Well, hi, this is your dad. You need to go to this and this. Or I just save the video and attach it to my bETERNAL file, and it's right there for him to look for.
Wow.